Peace. Been a while, but I just wanted to give my thoughts on recent comments. I think in boxing scene that I saw the article. I'll try to find the article and put it in the link about Mr. Deontay Wilder saying that Joshua only wants to fight because he's no under pressure. You know, that one comment really shows me all I need to know and encapsulates why I really had to step away from supporting Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder has been champion since 2015. His fans glory in that he's the longest reigning champion. Yet, let's be real, that championship reign has not been really impressive. It's not been illustrious. It's not been something that you write in record books, history books. Deontay Wilder is a product of the new American boxing culture, where it's mostly about hype over any real substance, where it's mostly about smoke and mirrors and misdirection. And this is largely the Al Heyman model. You see a lot of his fighters, PBC fighters, deal with that now. We're just about, a lot of extra shit outside the boxing ring. They want to have um, records outside the boxing ring and all sorts of noticement outside the boxing ring. And this is Deontay, as you can see lately. He's now gone from one face, one name to who cares? It's about, 50-50, and that's what it's about. It's not about belts no more. So he's now fully switched up. His interview with Jim Gray after the Brazil fight tells you that Deontay Wilder really is not concerned so much about being undisputed champion. And this is really a tale of two different fighters who were raised in two different boxing cultures. As I said before, the recent American boxing culture glories in smoke and mirrors, in fighting a bunch of nobodies and not really accomplishing much as long as you look good doing it, right? And Deontay Wilder has looked good doing a lot of nothing for a lot of years. So you have Anthony Joshua, who, yes, is under pressure because he puts pressure on himself. And I had to really, when I was dogging Joshua, I used to say Joshua needs to get off the pub circuit, knocking out all his journeymen. But this was when Joshua was like 10 fights in and whatnot. We were expecting great things from him, which we were not expecting from Deontay, right? I was one of those people. But what I will say is that Joshua was raised watching and wanting to emulate the accomplishments of past great champions. Lennox, Tyson, Holyfield. This is why when he speaks about boxing, he seems more educated. He seems more hungry to join those annals. He's already close to that by being unified champion, because if these two people retired today and all they had to go on was their accomplishments, who would have the better accomplishments? Because there's gonna come a time when that's all that matters, accomplishments. So Joshua was raised in a boxing culture in England that glories in accomplishments, not a bunch of bullshit, right? So for Deontay to be talking about he only wants to fight because he's under pressure, that's because he's under pressure because he wants to be great. He wants his name to be next to the undisputed champs. You see, Deontay is just recently being discovered. Deontay's been champ since 2015, but he was largely ignored. It's only in recent times people started paying attention to Deontay, which tells me that this is all Deontay Wilder ever wanted to be, was famous. He doesn't really want to be great in boxing because, I mean, this wasn't really something that he wanted to do. He just wanted something to provide. Now he sees an avenue to be famous, so he's worried about having Emmys. This is why Deontay was on reality TV shows, WAGs or whatever. He does all these things because he wants to be famous. And it's unfortunate that somebody like this is holding up the division and holding up what's happening, because the people that Deontay Wilder are with have no problem prolonging a fight. These are the same people that were half involved in the Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather saga. There's an interview with Tim Smith on the boxing quiz when he said this fight will happen when Al Heyman thinks It's time to sit down and make a deal. When Al Heyman thinks so, and Al Heyman is a businessman, he's not really about the sport. He's about maximizing money. So he doesn't care about when a fight happens as long as it maximizes his profit because he's a businessman. So a lot of people bigging up Al Heyman and whatnot. This is what you have to deal with. And Deontay Wilder is a person who's all too willing to go along with that because it doesn't matter what he says. He's gonna have fans who will ignore that and say, "Well, it's cool. AJ didn't want to fight before, whatever, whatever." But if the main point was Wilder wanting to be one face, one name, it doesn't matter why Anthony Joshua wants to fight. What matters is that he's now in front of you. If Joshua beats Ruiz, there's absolutely no reason why that fight shouldn't happen next. And Joshua's team has made it clear that's the only fight they want. So for those people who want to play the petty game of, oh, you didn't want it then, so wait, Deontay Wilder is going to make 34. I mean, by the time the fight, he's going to be 35. Do you really want to see Deontay Wilder at 35 fighting Anthony Joshua, who's going to be still younger and has gotten better? Peace.